It was easier to come
Then-
off heroin, Valium,
Yeah.
morphine, methadone. All of those legal highs are so much harder to come off of.
So much harder to come
So
off
much harder. I started using legal highs like with friends, through friends really, but also, like I said, it was to stop me from staying on harder drugs, because I thought legal, safe, which is wrong.
And you found out
I found out the hard way.
Yeah.
I think it started off every 1 to 2 hours smoking a joint, and then it went to 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes I was smoking it.
During the night?
Yeah, during the night and during the day.
When you were trying to sleep?
Yeah.
So you never ever got a night's sleep?
No, I've never had a full night's sleep.
So that must have been really
Yeah, that made like the next day so much worse. It's like I had to figure out how I was going to get my legal highs, and I was knackered, so life felt like hell.
So which ones did you use the most?
The Annihilation.
Annihilation.
The other ones were just things that I took if I couldn't get the Annihilation. I never chose really.
Was that the strongest one?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a big selection here, yeah?
See, apparently that's the strongest I've heard. But I smoked it and I was instantly being sick.
Yeah.
I was on legal highs for about almost 3 years. So that's only 3 months worth.
That's just
so
a 3 month.
imagine what my 2 years would have been like. Yeah.
Mental.
Yeah, it was.
Could you maybe describe some of the things that happened to you physically? Were there any aches and pains or?
Physically, I had pins and needles in my hands, arms, legs and feet. There was times where my skin tone went a bit bluey grey. I had things like severe constipation, like the insides of my body weren't working, kidney problems, liver problems, speech problems, memory problems. Before I had gone on to the legal highs, I was weighing about 7-8 stone, which is still quite light for someone of my height and all that, but my whole family have been small, so it wasn't seen as a problem. But then I went down to 5 stone. I just completely stopped eating at one point.
Can you describe any cravings that you got?
Yes, I got physical cravings where my body was shaking and sweating, and I was crying quite a lot at times. When I was using them, my mental health went severely downhill. I had mood swings, I was aggressive, I was quite often quite tired, which added into the aggression. I was angry and had a lot of guilt for what I was doing to myself and other people for when they found out. I was hiding from my parents and my boyfriend and everyone that was close to me that I was actually using. I finally did tell them how much I was on. They couldn't do anything about it. I wasn't willing to let anyone get involved.
And of course, while this is happening, your tolerance is building up?
Yeah, my tolerance was still building up.
How much were you using?
There was one point I was on 12 grams a day.
Okay, that's an awful lot, and that was also very expensive.
Yeah, that was very expensive.
How you managed to fund that?
I funded it through savings that I'd been given over the years from my grandparents, which, don't get me wrong, I feel very guilty about now. But also my mum and dad helped me out with the money because they thought if they didn't help me out, I was going to end up taking heroin or something.
You mentioned that your boyfriend stopped trusting you.
He didn't want me on them, and he thought I'd stopped a long time ago, like a very long time ago, when I hadn't. So he said to me if I ever touch it again, he wouldn't want to see me or be around me. So I accepted that, and I continuously took it, but I didn't tell him I was taking it, and that's where he thought I was cheating on him. Because I was refusing to see him at night times and stuff, because I knew that he could tell I was on it. So
you ended up lying and...
Yeah, I ended up lying to him, and it just... it caused a lot of problems, yeah, and we broke up.
So how did you manage to stop using legal highs?
I went to my doctor and I told him what was going on. I think that was maybe about 6 months into me being addicted to legal highs, and then I got referred to Insight service with Drugs Action.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a community substance misuse worker that got involved. I think that was through Insight and Drugs Action. There was one point where I had tried to suddenly stop by myself, and it caused a severe relapse, so I ended up speaking to my worker from Insight, and he helped me come up with a plan of tapering off of it, so as I'd slowly cut down how much grams I was smoking a day. That took 6 weeks to complete.
Yes. And so stopping suddenly isn't...
Stopping suddenly it's not an option, to be honest, I don't think. No. It's not a safe option. Like, the doctor gave me a lot of medications to try and help me. Then I did get referred to Cornhill to see a psychiatrist, and that's where I got the real diagnosis of my mental illness and borderline personality disorder, because beforehand the doctor had thought I had depression.
At one time, didn't you have some support from your parents with this?
When I was on the tapering strategy, we got a little dispense box thing for your medication, and we filled those up with legal highs, and I'd have a certain amount during the day, but my mum and dad would be in control of the legal highs in the box, so as I couldn't take more than what I should have.
So how do you feel about the shopkeepers who you've told us that give you deals? And
being honest, I think it's disgusting, because I've actually had the people in the shops themselves saying, oh, this is stronger than what you're taking just now, so you should try this. So, and they know they're hurting and making people ill, but they don't care. They really don't care at all. If you aren't already using and you're just considering it, don't do it, because it will long term have serious effects, I think. And for the people who are using or do feel they're stuck in the trap, there is help. You can go to your doctors and get referred onto different drug help sort of places. You can easily go into Drugs Action and speak to the people there, because without Drugs Action I wouldn't have been able to come off of it at all. So, but honestly, don't take it. Bad idea. Really bad.